Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am in my... what would I even call this? My zombie room. My zombie apocalypse room. My zombie nature room. And I wanted to show you guys... I'm not sexist. I want to show you... you babies how to make a proper experience farm in survival. Because let's be real, making anything in survival is a little bit more difficult than you would think it is, and everybody seems to be under the assumption that, oh, it's just going to be easy to make. Well, this is the proper way to do it. I've seen them done plenty of ways, and frankly, none of them are very good, and this is the best way to do it. So, as you can see, I found a zombie spawner. This is actually really close to my house. I was very happy whenever I found it, because frankly, they're not easy. Well, some of them are not easy to find. They're pretty common, but it was just really conveniently placed. So you'll notice, if you've never played around with a zombie spawner and tried to make a little room where you can make a little room around it and harvest the zombies from it, you may find that it doesn't spawn as much as you want it to, and there are some rules that you ought to know about that will make a zombie spawner not spawn as many zombies as just you think it should. Because I'm sure we've all been in those situations where, you found a zombie spawner, you're mining or something, you come across a zombie spawner and you just get flooded with zombies. And then you finally beat it, you isolate it, you put a torch on top of it, you build a room around it, you make fences around it, and then you try to harvest a bunch of experience, and then it doesn't work. There's a reason for that, and the reason is that in Bedrock Edition, I'm not sure about it, I'm pretty sure other editions have the same rule, but say for example, if I have a bunch of zombies chilling real close to a zombie spawner, there's a limit to how many zombies a zombie spawner will produce within a certain space, around it. And so if it's got, I think the limit is 6, actually, so you got to be killing those zombies pretty fast, and there's a tick, or a certain amount of time that a zombie spawner is willing to make zombies, and get out of the way, you stupid zombies. Okay, so you see how that little zombie inside is spinning? That's how you know. So whenever it gets close to being, it'll have a timer tick down to 0 or something. And whenever it starts spinning, so now as you notice it's spinning a bit slower, whenever it starts, that's how you know whenever it's close to spouting zombies out. And so there's a certain amount of time before there's a specific time whenever a zombie spawner is going to check to spit out zombies. So I just did it right there, and it won't spit them out consistently. Instead, what it'll do is it'll have a specific moment where it checks, and if there's a certain amount of zombies in the area, a certain amount of light, it'll start spitting out less zombies. And so basically, the way that I've seen this set up before is that you create a little room, and then say for example, so this room extends all the way down there, but pretend it only extended to right here, and then I stood outside and just waited for zombies to come. I could do that, and all the zombies would spawn inside of it, and it'd be fine and dandy. But whenever the spawner would check, if I hadn't killed all the zombies within that amount of time, it wouldn't spawn any more zombies. So that's a frustrating thing about zombie spawners, which is the reason why I extended this room. At first I had it cut off right here, and I'm like, man, this is so stupid. Like, and I always thought that zombie spawners were just the worst. Like, you just had to have tons of, you had to give tons of time for them to spawn zombies. It just wasn't a very efficient way to make, to get thinking of the word efficiency, it's not experience. And there's a different way to do it. So what I did is I extended this all the way down here. I put a block up right there. And what you want is you want to get as far away from that stupid thing. That'll, so you want it to be real long, basically. I think it's like a 3x3, or 6x6, something like that. 6x6 place that it checks. A 6x6 block square that it'll check to see if zombies will. If zombies are in there, and then if there aren't any, then it'll spawn up to 4. And so you want that, yeah. So it's great. So, and I think it'll always. I think it's like a, if you dig beneath it, it'll do 4 every time. I think that's why some people do it. If there's, anyways, so I put a block right here. You want to get as far. I think it's 16 blocks. I'm gonna put it 16 blocks away. And that's as far as it'll go. If I back up a little bit, that's as far away as I can be before it turns itself off. It only activates whenever I'm so close. You can see that with the fire that's around it. So it'll stop looking. But once I'm in that little area, once I'm in within 16 blocks, it'll start spouting out zombies like crazy. And then the zombies will notice me, and then it's their little bait, and they'll walk away from the spawner and come over here, and I could just stand right here all day, and they'll gather more and more zombies over here. And when that happens, it's beautiful. They just keep coming, and that's whenever you see the zombie spawners that are just the worst. You know, like you come up and you find them. If you're, if you find a zombie spawner, you rush up to it, and you know how to do it. You know how to take care of a zombie spawner. You'll rush up to it and throw a torch on top of it because you need light, or it'll stop spawning zombies if there's enough light. That's the key part, is rushing up to it. I always thought it was just a light. Well, no, it's rushing up to it so that it doesn't have enough time to spawn zombies. And also, if there's only a certain amount of zombies, if there's already 6 zombies in that small enclosed space, then it won't spawn anymore. So the zombie spawners that get crazy are the ones where the zombies wander out, they fall down somewhere, they can't get back, and then it just spawns more and more and more and more. And so that's the key part. So basically, what you want to have that reoccur. So the zombies will spawn, come over here, and then every time it checks, there's no more zombies over there. It will spawn for every time, about every every 10 to 30 something seconds. And then they'll come over here, and like you see we have here, I have a ton of zombies to slay. And I could just chill here and wait. So I could basically have it looking like this, get up, walk away, and then come back in 10 minutes, have tons of zombies, and then just slaughter them all. Whereas if I was just chilling over here, to get anywhere close to the same amount of zombies, I would have to slaughter them all right here. I would have to be sitting here at my desk, killing all these zombies. And you'll notice that if I have all these zombies over here, that won't spout me. I'm sure you can really see it. But, yeah, so as long as I'm away from it, then it'll start spouting. And yeah, so it's just a lot more convenient to do it this way. And I usually keep this dark and just let this, so that the spawner, so there's no light around the spawner, but it's doing pretty well like this, so I might as well just keep it heavily. The other thing I would say is, I know that some people like to put a block down on the bottom and then a block up on top, so that there's like a little window. The problem with that is that the baby zombies will be able to jump out and come through it. You know what? Dang zombies. The Great Zombie Massacre. I'm gonna write a book about some zombies. was I Am Legend. Okay, where was I at? Blocks, yeah, so some people put blocks. Put fences, just put fences. It is so much better to have fences, and the reason for that is because the baby zombies can't get over. And I'll also give you a little tip here. If I have mending on all my armor, and if I wanted to bring a pickaxe up here that had mending, or my bow. My bow shouldn't be a big deal because it's a weapon, but I have a pickaxe that I showed in one of my videos that has mending on it. That's crucial for my Minecrafting experience, and and if I want to mend that, it would be impossible without this place. It would be impossible if I didn't have a fence there. And the reason for that is because I'll show you here. So I can kind of stand back, and I can hit those guys in the back here, which is really nice. There we go. So I just moved forward a little bit. But notice that I didn't get any of this. Didn't get none of the experience. It all got caught behind that fence, and I don't know if they're ever going to fix that. I hope not. But then I could switch, so I had my sword out, and I didn't want to use my sword for it. I could switch to my bow, which is pretend that it's way down on durability, and I don't know what it's called, damage, it's life, it's health. I was how I call it healing, but say I wanted to switch to that, and then I just move forward, and there it goes, and it would all go to my bow. And so that's a good way to to get experience. You don't have to start switching. That was the wrong button. Switching things super fast and hoping that you get it, and freaking out about whether or not you're gonna hit the get the experience in the right second. Instead, you can just wait, have it catch there, wait for switch to your thing at your leisure, and then blink, there you go. And so that's pretty nice as well. So yeah, that's the way to do it correct. I mean, the best way that I've seen it, and I haven't looked at really many videos. The people that I'm referencing whenever I say, yeah, you're not doing this right, is my brothers. They're yeah, I don't know, they just don't do it right. And I looked it up. I found out that I was always wondering. I'm like, man, it's just whenever I find them, they just spawn so many stupid spiders and zombies and skeletons and all that crap. Well, I mean, there's a limit, there's a cap for how many zombies will spawn within a 6x6 radius or 3x3 radius, however much it is, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 6x6, I think that's why I built it like that, but it was a while ago that I did that. So yeah, that's how you do it right. And so just make sure that it's bigger than that. And then whenever you make sure your fence is outside of that the area, look it up on zombie spawners or whatever, it'll tell you for Bedrock Edition, because that's what I play. And the dimensions are different for Java and for Legacy console. And so look it up and just figure out what the dimensions are. Put your fence outside of it so that zombies don't spawn outside. That's always a bummer. And then create a spot so that you know where the distance, where zombies come over to you, so that it's outside of that little box. Get as far away from it as you can, and then yeah, just enjoy it. And then have the fence. Do a fence. Always do a fence. That's just a beautiful thing. I'm just telling you right now, like, my pickaxe would not survive. Like, that would not work out for me if I couldn't heal it in a consistent way. And then zombie spawners are beautiful things to get harvest experience from it. It's simple, and you can find them fairly easily, and it'll just, you'll be able to have the experience that you need for mending, for as much experience as you need for creating enchantments, and what else do you use experience for? It's probably something else that makes it really valuable, but anyways. Okay, I think that's it, and so have fun. Let me know if you have any better ideas of how I can improve mine. Yeah, besides putting gold all over the place, I hate it whenever people are obsessed with gold and with diamonds, but yeah, besides aesthetic things. Yeah, so anyways, have fun, enjoy your time. You guys are awesome. The 4 people who have watched my YouTube, probably only like 2, like probably my wife and a couple of my friends. You guys are awesome, and I will talk to you later.